This is Signal Mountain near Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it is a gorgeous day, a little hazy, but absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful view of the river. Let's move up here and check it out. You learning your history? Oh, look at that. Can't see all the bends in the river from over there. Gorgeous.
Elvis, that's where he lives.
There are people down there, Daddy. Can we go down there? Number one, the hospital's not very big. It's not very big. Can we go there? We can't. I want to swim. Yeah, we can. Go down there? Yeah, look, the trail is right there.
There's people over there. There's kids there over there. You know what I'm looking at. You just get crazy too.
See if they'll show up. Where'd they all go?
They're there.
Oh,
Their
there's
shadow. They're coming back across. Their shadows are just up in the trees.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to see from here, but they're really cool, whatever they are. I'm assuming hawks. Could be something fairly big. Press record. So Piney Falls is way over there. Just kind of barely trickling. But to be fair, it is 1st of September, so. There's the thinker. What? Well, isn't that the pose?
No, it's like
Oh, there you go. Well, I missed it. I was going to get a picture.
I was hoping it would be 3 ropes. Huh? I was hoping it would be 3 ropes. You want it to wobble.
No, I don't even want it to wobble.
Dan.
Really bounces once you bounce it. I told you to stay up there with me.
These don't bother me.
I know your mom wouldn't like it.
No, Mom would not like it.
She go on the Rock City one before she go on this one.
I think she did go on the Rock City one, didn't she? Did we go there with them?
I don't think she did.
I know we went with your parents. I don't remember if we went with her or not. Yeah. Not a fan of the side to side? It's a pretty long one.
Yeah. So do you want to hike down and go over there, or you want to come back? He's behind us though.
Yeah. We'll just go over and see what there is to see over here.
Maybe try to walk back up the hill from where this is.
Well, we have to go back to the Jeep, so we have to go back over there.
I got that. I don't want to go down.
No. That's fine. So I don't think we can really see a lot over here. It's just woods.
If you're purposely bumping it.
I'm not. I haven't been since I first got on. No, I'm not trying to.
This is a repair job?
Kind of scary, huh?
You have to wait.
We made it.
Still bouncing.
The walk down here? Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a 1.5 mile round trip. Okay.
I just said with that part of this part of it,
Yeah.
we still have another 1.5 miles.
Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little history about our cave. Our cave was originally 2 separate caves, known as the Henshaw and the Higginbotham Cave. A man by the name of Aaron Higginbotham was on top of this mountain, Cardwell Mountain, surveying the land for the Trail of Tears. Now, this is back in 1810 on a hot summer day when he felt a cool breeze of air, and he thought that was strange. So he went looking and found a 2-foot by 3-foot hole. Aaron then climbed down in this hole and came to the first cave. He later named this cave the Henshaw Cave because the Henshaw family owned the land at the time, and he was working for them as a farmhand, so he kind of had to. But luckily, a week later, Aaron hiked 1.5 miles in this direction to my right and came across another hole, a 2-foot by 4-foot hole with air blowing out of it too, and he came to the second cave. He later named this cave the Higginbotham Cave after himself because nobody owned the land at the time, so he could do that. And in 1953, a passageway was discovered that linked our 2 caves together, making us one great big cave system. Ever since then, we've called ourselves Cumberland Caverns due to how close we are to the Cumberland Plateau. And on July 4th of 1956, we started giving our first tours, and this is our 60th anniversary of doing that. So it's a pretty special year for us. Thank you, thank you.
Did you guide the first one?
No. Do I look that old?
You aged good.
Now the cave does say 56 degrees all year round, but it does have 99% humidity. So when we start in here, it might feel chilly, but as we're walking through, especially going up them stairs, you might start sweating, you might, whatever. But are y'all ready? Okay, follow me.
I'll tell you what.
Y'all want to go down and just line up, well, along that black handrail.
There's the prime mover.
Are y'all the last one?
How deep do you think that is?
Alright guys, just come around to the front of this pool for me.
I think it's flat.
Okay guys, this is called our Moby Dick room. Now we call this our Moby Dick room and our Moby Dick pool because early miners and explorers coming through here so that this big guy in the middle reminded them of Moby Dick the whale. Right here's his forehead. Here's his mouth. His mouth might be up here. His eyes right here. His hump. His little blowhole with his water coming out. And his tail starts here and goes all the way down into the water. Now you kind of got to use your imagination, squint your eyes a little bit to see that. But a cool thing is all of our water in our cave that you see right here is 99% pure. Which means you guys can drink it. However, it does contain trace amounts of magnesium. Think of milk of magnesia. Magnesium acts as a natural laxative. So that's why we recommend that you guys don't drink it. Kids, if you don't know what laxative is, just ask your parents. But a cool thing is, since all of our water in our cave is so pure, it does act as a natural magnifier. So right now, you're looking through a big magnifying glass of water. This water right here is around 3 feet deep. In the middle, it's around 5 feet deep.
Wow.
And down here in the deepest part is 8 to 10.
Looks like about 5 inches.
Now I know it doesn't look like that, and I'm not gonna be the brave one and take a dive for you guys, because this water is around 35 to 40 degrees.
Perfect.
Good bath water.
Polar bear.
Now another cool thing is we do have a species of albino and blind crawfish, crawdads, crayfish, whatever you guys like to call them. They are native to the cave. They came in through the waterfall on the back. And since no sunlight shines in here, they've lost their pigment and they went blind. Now, I don't think we'll be able to see any over here. We'll see more back here by the waterfall. But before we go back here, since we are such a large group, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about our waterfall. Our waterfall is called our never-ending waterfall. It has never stopped ending since the cave was first discovered back in 1810. And over the years, just different people have reassured that statement for us. Now, we have done multiple dye tests around the local streams and rivers to see where it comes from. However, all of those have came back negative, which means one of two things. Either there's an underground spring somewhere that we don't know about, or limestone acts as a natural filtration system, and we are a full limestone cave. So no matter how much dye we plump into the local streams and rivers, as soon as it reaches our cave, it will always be filtered right back out. But we may never know where it comes from. But when we go back here, we'll take turns and I'll talk about what's all back here. And we call it that because of this little blue light up here. Where that little blue light is a small pool, and it holds about 1.5 gallons of water. Now when this pool is completely empty, however, it does take 24 hours to fill itself back up. But back then this was the only water source on the Higginbotham side of the cave before the passageway was discovered. So early miners and explorers would name this their oasis. So we call it our oasis room. If you guys look up, you'll notice that my ceiling kind of looks flat in this room, like we put concrete up there and smoothed it down. But actually we didn't. This has happened naturally through a process called breakdown. And breakdown occurs when water seeps through the layers of limestone, forming pressure on those layers. That pressure then builds and builds and builds until the ceiling literally breaks down, collapses. All of this stuff laying around you right now. And back behind us was once a part of the ceiling. So y'all feeling pretty safe?
Especially right here.
Yeah. I'll talk about that in a minute. If you are not feeling safe, you should, because in order for breakdown to happen, the cave would have to be completely filled up with a flowing source of water. And even then, scientists say it only happens every 10,000 years. So we're good on that note. But you pointed it out, my cracks in the ceiling. This big guy right here has grown about 5 inches within the past 2 days. We've been keeping a close eye on him.
You say 2 days?
Yes. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. These cracks are actually a good thing. They allow the water from up above to seep through, relieving the pressure. So if no pressure builds, then breakdown doesn't happen. There's a huge crack that we'll see in the 10-acre room. Like, I'm talking, it's like as wide as this right here.
Wow.
Yes. So, and nothing's happened to that in forever, so we're good. We're good. But another cool thing before we leave is all limestone caves are solutional caves. That means that we were filled up with water and formed by that water when it washed out. Our cave is actually part of the Mississippian seabed, not the Mississippi River. We know that because of past records and because if you guys look up, we have fossilized seashells on our ceiling. Some through there. They're all throughout here as well. I'm not trying not to show any of you guys. This is my favorite part. And towards the end of the tour, we'll actually see some fossilized coral. Now another cool thing, yeah, that's pretty cool. Is right up here we have our stalactites. And right down here we have our stalagmites. Now we have a cheesy way for you guys to remember these. Stalactites cling tight to the ceiling. Stalagmites, you might trip over. Ha 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 ha. The glow and the reflection off of that glow from their pine torches down below, which was their only source of light, they said resembled the mouth of a volcano. So that name's just kind of stuck with us ever since then. This room is 200 feet from way over here on the left to way over here on the right. It is 100 feet from the wall in front of you to the wall I'm sitting on back here. And it's around 60 feet from the floor up to the ceiling. Now, if you notice, my ceiling looks a little bit different in this room. Well, that's because it is. This ceiling was not formed by breakdown. It was actually formed by two river systems meeting in the middle. What happened is we had a river system flowing down through here, creating a waterfall. Then we had a river system that flew from the back of the 10-acre room to the bottom of the volcano room. And when those rivers met up, they formed a whirlpool. When that whirlpool filled this room up, it ate away at the weak sediments of the rock and only left the strongest behind when it washed out down below us. So this ceiling is actually the strongest ceiling in our cave. And it also makes for great acoustics, which is why we have our bluegrass underground concerts here. You're standing above the stage right now on this natural form catwalk. In a minute we'll be down in the bottom and you'll get to see the stage turn up eye to eye. But another cool thing that you've noticed, or if you haven't noticed, here is a good time, is our chandelier. This chandelier is 15 feet from the very top down to the very bottom, and it is 8 feet wide. It was purchased in 1981 by a man named Roy Davis. Roy is the co-founder of our cave. He is still alive today, and he went to the Lowe's Metropolitan Theater in Brooklyn, New York with $1,000 in his pocket, originally to purchase a pipe organ. However, when Roy got to the theater, they were tearing the building down, and the chandelier was covered in scaffolding. When he asked them what they were going to do with it, they said, we're going to cut it down, watch it shatter into a million pieces, and just throw it away in the trash. Well, Roy didn't like that. He thought it was too pretty for that, so he offered $1,000 for the chandelier and the pipe organ. They agreed, helped him load it in the back of his truck. When they brought it here, they hoisted it up using a pulley system. There's an anchor right here and an anchor over here. And then they stuck it up there with chewing gum, super glue, and duct tape. It's one of our corny cave jokes that we like to tell you guys. But they did tie it to our nice 4.5-foot tall expansion bolt. And this expansion bolt holds 27,000 pounds. Okay. Anyone want to take a guess how much my chandelier weighs? 1,200? Just a little bit more.
12,000. I was guessing high.
Our chandelier actually weighs...
1,700. Huh? 1,700.
Just a little less.
1,720.
Our chandelier actually weighs 1,500 pounds. Oh my gosh. So it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Another good reason it's not going anywhere anytime soon is our chandelier is considered to be a priceless antique. No money in the world will ever be able to buy it. Now, I have my price on it, but anyways, that's it. I'm not in control of that. But it is a priceless antique because it is made up of well over 10,000 hand-carved Austrian crystals and 150 red, white, and blue lights. When it started, when it was first built, it actually had around 38,000 crystals on it. However, some strands have fallen off, as you can see, over the years. Some beads have fallen off. So instead of us getting up there and counting them one by one, hand by hand, we just estimate over 10,000. Do y'all have any questions? Actually, 1903. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, this room is called our bone room. And we call it that because for the most part, it kind of looks like broken bones laying everywhere down here. But everything in this room is bone dry. It's lost its water source, so it can't grow anymore. In order for those formations to form, they have to have a continuous water source because what happens is that water drips down on the limestone, collecting minerals together. Those minerals bond together and form calcite. Calcite is what your teeth are made out of. So even though you cannot touch our formations, if you have brushed your teeth this morning and your teeth are smooth and you lick them right fast, that is what those formations feel like. That means that it was put here before we got protected underneath the law, which now states it is against the law, and we'll go to jail, to ride in the cave or take any rocks out of our cave. This room is so large that your eyes can only see 1/3 of it at a time. Now, if we were to take everything out of this room, we would actually have enough room for 2 NFL-sized football fields, concessions, bleachers, bathrooms, and parking lots for both of those. Now, we call our hall the Mountain King, though, because of our 3 chess pieces in the middle. Here is our king with his 3-pointed crown. Here is our bishop. And here is our knight. However, our knight has been in the dark a little too long because he traded in his horse for a buffalo. Bushy eyes, bushy beard, and pointy horn. Right up here we have our 2 cave trolls with their bushy eyes, pointy nose, and bushy beard. His pointy nose, bushy eyes, bushy beard, and pointy horn. He has a matching one on the other side. We like to say that they've been having that staring contest for a very long time. Right up here we have some more cave graffiti. What looks like EMS is actually SW, dated 1869. And this stands for a man by the name of Sheila Waters. Now Sheila is considered to be our cave hero. He spent a lot of his time in our cave. Discovered this room. His graffiti can be found 6 miles back from the light show that we will be seeing in a minute.
Cave, the largest room in the cave.
So, now you find yourself here, in the darkness. What has driven you to be here? You are far under the majestic mountains, into the darkness. You could have gone anywhere, but you ended up here. Why? Like under the sea or the void of space, man was not made to live in these conditions. Where are you? Why are you here? To seek adventure. It is in your blood. You are drawn to it.
But Lewis and his dad were down in the bottom of this passageway when we were first opening it up, making it more commercialized and stuff, when they started hearing music playing. Roy Davis, the man who purchased the chandelier, was on this other side carving these stone-cut stairs. Roy never liked the silence, so he always brought a tape recorder to listen to music. Lewis and his dad heard that music and thought that was kind of strange. Either they were losing their mind, or there had to be a crack or a hole in the limestone somewhere, because limestone also acts as a natural sound barrier. So they went looking. Lewis found a small hole that's around that big, and he stuck his hand through it. Roy thought it'd be a cool joke to play on Lewis. He snuck over there really quietly and gave Lewis his hand a good shake. Freaked Lewis out. But luckily they did that. Later they played it off as a big joke. They then blasted out the rock that was blocking the passageway, making room for us to go down it now.
Probably don't have too many people sit out and wait because you don't have that big bench.
That is true. That is true. Every now and then I have a few people. Y'all are actually my largest group in like 3 weeks. I haven't had a group this big in like 3 or 4 weeks. Did y'all go to Rock Island? Y'all been to Concord Falls?
We made Concord Falls, Rock Island, Burgess Falls, and we did 3 yesterday. 3 so far yesterday. Yeah.
Have y'all been to Smoky Mountains? Like, are y'all close to the Smoky Mountains?
Yeah, we go there all the time.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could live there.
Yeah, we've got 2 caverns there.
Yeah. 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 Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot to
my boyfriend has never been out of state.
Okay.
And he's never been to Gatlinburg.
Okay.
I want to.
Not out of state, but that's a
But
good
yeah,
start.
but yeah. So it is also known as cave coral.
I want some.
This is that fossilized coral that I was telling you guys about earlier. Sorry. Now, this can be found all throughout the cave, but I have never seen it anywhere else in the cave as much as it is in here. So that's pretty cool. Now right here is our skull with its 2 eyes, its nose in the middle. Elvis Presley hairstyle.
Oh, yeah.
And he's from Tennessee, so he's only got a few teeth down below.
It's the BFG.
See, bang, break off one of the fingers.
I bet you're sticking that.
Huh? I bet you fit. Something fell on your head. That would like kill someone. If one person falls here, everybody falls.
It's not as that bad as the one at Mammoth, though.
I'll toss you to that board.
Put your brakes on.
What does that say?
Keep out. Keep out.
Keep going.
What does it say? Keep
Oh, someone lives here.
Yay, somebody lives here.
That's not nice.
Yeah, this is the...
Took thousands of years to form those.
Well, that's a sink. It's not a water fountain.
No, you don't want to do that.
No, that's okay. I'll pass.
Little Waters again, dated October 1st, 1869. This is the man that we were talking about at Hall of the Mountain King. But if you're wondering how this graffiti gets onto these walls, those 6 to 8 foot tall pine torches that they have, the soot, which is the black smoke off of those pine torches, or the ashes made great for writing, because obviously we didn't have spray paint back then. The one that we seen at Hall of the Mountain King, just the SW, was written with the smoke. You can tell that because it's not really intricate enough, it's just kind of cloudy. This one, however, is wrote with the ash off of those pine torches. Now, if we was to go up there, it would rub off, but over the years, limestone actually takes this writing and condenses it into itself, preserving it much like a tattoo on your body. So the only way to get that off now is to scrape that layer of limestone off, which is against the law. We're not going to do that anytime soon. But y'all are more than welcome to go over here and look at the graveyard right fast. And then y'all just meet me right back here, okay? No.
That's what I was thinking. They hold those in here. Yeah. 1870.
I'm just bring them in the Jeep and set them up. This was 5 years before the passageway was discovered, which lets us know that he used both the Higginbotham and the Henshaw entrance. And right up here is Tom Barr, Tank's sidekick, one of his friends that went along with him, along with Dale Smith, and help him find those different passageways. Now, if y'all will come over here and you will look, you will see Dope 1820. This is our earliest historical cave graffiti. However, it does drive our historian nuts because he doesn't know where it comes from. He doesn't know what it stands for, who wrote it, why they wrote it. He has no idea. He hasn't been able to figure it out. So I like to tell my people on my tours, when you go back home, if you are out in town or you're talking to one of your friends and they say something about dope and they're relating it to a cave, chances are it could be us. So give us a call. Our historian will make you famous, put you in one of his books. Okay, so now we're going to go to the bottom of the volcano room. I'm going to let you guys see the chandelier one last time. Before we do that, though, I do have to tell you this is the end of your tour. Unfortunately, once we get to that point. But I'll go ahead and let you guys know right now. Thank you guys for letting me be your tour guide. I hope y'all had fun. Did y'all have fun?